So what do you guys think of those 4 black kids that kidnapped that mentally challenged white dude and tortured the fuck out of him for 48 hours?
I think that's fucking retarded, and it's going beyond human rights and fucking sadistic.
Just in general.
People are stupid.
Psychotic.
Retarded's a bad word.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why. I like it, but we can't say it anymore. It's like gay. We can't say gay anymore.
We can say gay.
We really can't.
My sister's gay. She says she's okay with people
That's just the same premise of black people and the N-word. Just because one black person's okay with it doesn't mean that most of them are. In fact, most of the gay people don't want you using the word gay like that. As a result, I mean, Wanda Sykes went out and even said it publicly, and Ellen's all on that shit. We're not supposed to anymore. The gay community has spoken. It's okay to use it in that context, but we can't use it in like, that shit's gay. Like we used to back in the day.
I say artard. Like
can't do that either, apparently. I would advise against it. It's just because, no, but what it does is it diminishes the value of how that word is and people do it like bad. Like people do call mentally handicapped people retards in bad ways. This happens a lot more. I mean, look, there's been 2 extremely violent crimes against mentally handicapped people this year alone.
Not just 2, like
that I know
many
of.
That I.
The one with the coat hanger and the bum, where the guy got off. So that happened.
What?
Yeah.
I know of a guy, like, he was telling me how because I usually, like, have leftovers from, and I always, like, you know, I walk home, so if I see a bum, I'm like, hey, guys, would you like some food? And one of them told me no, and I'm like, listen, it's still warm. I'd like you to have it. He's like, listen, too many bad things happen. I'm like, listen, if I give you $5, will you tell me what happened? He was like, yeah. I found some food with X-Lax, with freaking rat poison. There was like fucking pill stuffing burgers, like whatever. Like they have to check their foods. Like these guys like are disabled in a sense. Like they're in the streets, they're trying to get some money. Some people are scamming, yes, but some other people are actually.
This current case is really fucked up though. In Chicago, I think it was. It might not have been Chicago, but I'm pretty sure it was. There are these 4 black kids. These 2 18-year-old black guys. This 18-year-old black girl and the older sister.
Sorry.
And basically they stole a van or something like that, and tied him up, tortured him, cigarette burns, and then you see this. They put it live feed on Facebook. I mean, they got caught, but we're saying shit like fuck white people, fuck Donald Trump, blah blah blah. They got slapped with like fucking jail time real quick. And
what would push a person to do that? What was their reasoning? Did they explain themselves, or did they say like, I plead the 5th?
No, no. This is just like a bunch of high. Like, you can see the girl smoking a Dutchie in the video, talking shit, narrating. They made him drink toilet water. I actually watched a bit of the video. I know maybe it's fucked up. I want to text. It's one of those things where like. You read about it and you're like, that's fucked up, but it can't be, and then you watch it,
visual proof,
and then like,
oh fuck,
like you just sit there,
man, I wouldn't.
And
even
you see her the whole time,
and
she's got like this cigar in her mouth. They're clearly high the whole time. They're clearly drinking. They're wavy as fuck. Like, it's just like it was their entertainment. Like they got off on this.
They just got a random fucking person on the street. They didn't have any explanation as to why they were doing this. Just fucking. Wow.
No, it was whack. I mean, it's still being investigated and shit. I don't want to offer speculation. I may have commented on a thing my little cousin posted unfairly, criticizing her criticism of another criticism, but something somebody posted really bothered me, and they were just like, it's white privilege. And the reason for this is because a little while back there was a mentally handicapped kid who was like basically had a bunch of white jocks had beat the fuck out of him and like shoved a coat hanger up his ass and kicked it in or whatever, and that dude just got let off or something light happened, and they were trying to make some comparison that white privilege lets these white guys get off, whereas the black people all go to jail. And I was like, okay, whatever, it's probably true, like there's probably a degree of white privilege-y truth in that shit, but come on, we don't have enough evidence to instantly jump to that claim. So I don't want to speculate on cause. Let's just say that every one of these things is so fucked up, it's disgusting, and these people all deserve a little bit of a castration in violent way.
Well,
like, you don't want these people to like.
I would want them secluded somewhere. Like I would.
Nah, that's expensive and shit. Chop off a motherfucker's dick and watch how he never misbehaves again.
or misbehave even more.
That's like that. No. He won't misbehave ever again, dude. You took off like the main source of life.
He can't even fuck no more.
Like,
and he knows it.
Like woman does it like.
Have you guys seen Miss March?
I don't know what that is.
A movie? Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
Horse dick. Goddamn pig. He has no dick. Sorry. Yeah, that would be cruel fate. Are you point? Because if you take a look at what our subject is, which is millennials, like if you take a look at the religion part of it, like millennials, in fact, are the least to be religious. In statistics, this actually has a point. And on that say, guys, welcome to Headspace. What up? This is Daemon.
Yo, what up, everybody? I guess we decided to start abruptly. But it's cool. It's Chris Chrome chilling. I'm so excited
Chris
for
Chrome
this.
did that last week. That's literally what he did last week. He
What
abruptly started.
I abruptly started, but I feel like I got in trouble for it. So
no,
I was
in trouble, dude.
Nobody's gonna tell you what
every
to
time
do.
before
You're your own personality.
Yo, what's up, guys? This is HSR.
Chris didn't even introduce himself.
Yeah, I did. It's Chris
Again.
Chrome. No, I did.
He did. Here's the problem, guys. My throat was hurting, and so I drank some of the cough syrup with the codeine, and they're laughing at me because I'm like,
because I have a throat thing.
no, I'm like a little bit high, like by accident right
now. Are you both dying?
I don't know what's happening.
This is really horrible.
Yeah, so for the rest of this podcast, if I'm a little off or I'd never do this shit. I'm not trying to get high. My throat really hurt, and here we are.
He's on
What's up, guys?
He's Holden. His mighty fluffy beard turned into a puff of cloud under him, and he is enjoying the ride.
Like that. I don't know. This is an enjoyment. My like thoughts really were like just on the subject of lean because I accidentally am on lean apparently. I do not understand how this is fun. I don't like it. I wish it would not be feeling like this. And okay, let us. Rappers, how? Man, like southern rap people, how do you even rap like this? I can't even think straight.
He was trying,
but
guys. He was literally
whole, like,
trying.
Slow, chopped up vibe, where you're just like, running through the street.
Okay.
Like that type of flow. Like that's
when you turn into the music that you actually don't like. It's like, I'm sitting on this chair.
Anyway, okay.
So we wanted to talk about millennials today. And I guess I did a millennial thing by accident. Here we are.
Wait. Are you telling me that you're relating sipping lean for medical purposes a millennial decision?
No, you're right. I didn't do it for bad reasons. I did it for
there you go,
the actions of doing it. I'm dying here, guys. This is going to be the hardest podcast of my life.
This is going to be a fun podcast.
You're also going to have to edit this before Monday, bro.
That's cool. I can do it tomorrow. Yeah, awesome. This is even Saturday night. Damon had to work late, so our normal Wednesday time got delayed, and here we are on Saturday night.
Yeah, but doesn't this feel okay?
Well, it's way better for me. I don't have to worry about waking up on Monday. Thursday was easier this week.
It was for me.
I'm okay with doing Saturday as you both look at me because of my
on
just for context, he has to work tomorrow morning. So as a result of that, we are going. Holy shit, fuck you. Does it really sound that bad?
No. You sound fine. You do sound like you're
Why
like,
are you
you're like tired.
Well,
but you look so drunk. You're like,
I'm like,
so this
actually,
is how it is.
Chris, I know what it is. It's the smiling. It's so eerie that it's fucking
you up. Oh my god, yes.
He's actually giggling, guys.
Actually giggling and having a great time.
I don't like it.
Here's your answer to your question. This is why rappers simply they feel like this.
This is awful. I like being miserable. This isn't
You
fun.
can't stop smiling,
No. So,
Holden, I have a serious question.
The escapism is a millennial thing.
The escapism is a millennial thing. If you are talking about...
Okay, what's a millennial, Damon? Tell us about millennials.
Oh my goodness.
They just cut me off. Thanks.
No problem, buddy.
Thanks.
It's okay. It's a millennium. In all fairness...
I will quote that everybody on Earth's a rude motherfucker except for a very, very few people who there are those really actually nice people who I like. Like, I work for one, my direct boss. He's the nicest man ever. Like, not a cruel bone in his body. That guy's not rude. The rest of us are rude.
But in all fairness, like, between Chris, HSR, and me... HSR and I are more in the beginning of the millennial stage versus Chris, who's more towards the end. However, like
Damon's more like smack in the middle.
Yeah, I'm stuck in the middle, indeed. But I can the way that I was brought up was I can in a way relate to you, and I can relate in a way to how sometimes Chris does things that pisses me right off, or like how somebody else who's younger, like my sister, pisses me off because I have a little bit more of a mature mindset, and you have one as well. But Chris is also like feeling this as well for people younger than him, and just like no,
but I feel like the people my age are going through a really big change the same way as I am. I mean, it's that time. Dude, first of all, millennial, whatever discussion, something's on my mind about this generation, everything. When the hell did everybody start having babies?
Yo.
When the hell did everybody start getting pregnant? Like, I get...
What?
Well,
I was like, I gotta ask a question. Since when were people not getting pregnant?
No,
I
the
get
baby
that.
boomer
But
yeah,
like,
that's a good...
Because, okay, look, hold on. To organize stuff out, Daemon was talking about how you guys are at a certain part, and I'm at a certain part, and I'm explaining how because I'm at a certain part, right now, currently, I'm thinking about why everybody's having fucking babies. Everybody around me is having kids, which I understand, like, 23, 24, 25 is, like, an age to maybe start having kids and shit. But I'm also thinking back to when I was, like, 16, 17, 18, especially between 18 and 19, a bunch of the younger 16, 15-year-olds were having kids.
You know what?
Fucked up shit.
What's also true is that while that was happening, there were 30-year-olds having kids, and strangely enough, Janet Jackson just had a kid.
Oh.
I am still confused by your point. The rates of child stuff change year to year and place to place.
Ever since the baby boomer stage, this is
I know,
just happening.
okay.
But even before the baby boomer stage, people were just having kids at 15 because that's the
because
norm.
I don't think it's so much the kids. I don't think it's so much the kids. I think it's just me realizing that this is where I'm at in life. I think this is where it's like,
are you trying to say that most millennials are at child rearing age? Holy crap, he's right. Millennials are now breeding, folks. We have established... Oh my god, I'm going to hate myself when I hear this after.
You know what? I got my first customer, okay? You know what his 18-year-old age was? 1999. When he gave me that, I was like, wait, is he legal?
Did you guys just have Will Smith pop into your heads
yes.
too?
Yes.
That's a millennial reference, yo.
This is a story all about how my life got
it's here and I like it. When he did the Will 2K song?
No.
Come on, it's 1999.
That
Wait,
clean rap.
It is.
Chris, do you know what we're talking about?
Yes.
Because he's also a millennial. That is a reference for the Millennial Squad.
Oh, goodness.
When did that become a thing? Why do people do that?
Funny.
My friend... No. It became a pun in a meme.
In a meme,
the things you hate.
Yes, a meme.
Like, you hate the memes. But it became a thing. You ever seen that thing on Facebook? It's like a puppet, like a dinosaur puppet with like a hoodie. It looks like the Grim Reaper, and he's like running around. He goes like, and he runs away. Hold on, listen. They made one like that, and he's going away like pun. When you make a good pun, and you walk away like pun.
I have a more on topic question. Although memes are strangely on topic, because
memes are on topic
because
millennials
boomed, and so why do
we technically created millennials technically created memes?
There's also
why do people hate millennials?
Because the reason
or is
why
that
people
later on talk?
No,
that's
no,
later
it's
on.
not.
That's
it's
later
not
on
really.
before. It is.
Let's go back
later
to
on.
memes. I'll ask
It's
you a
later
question
on
about
before we
memes.
describe what millennials are, so we have a general picture.
I'm agreeing with Chris.
It's a way of conversation.
Let him agree with me. Please let me run this.
Segue this.
Oh my god, please let me run this.
Okay, so why do millennials feel like they need to communicate via single images expressing often factually incorrect things, such as Zodiac?
I know this.
Here's an example.
I know this.
Christopher Chrome, and I said this last week. I'm going to do this again.
Stop. I'm going to prove this. I'm going to prove this. We want the reward. Listen. We as millennials, we were grown up to believe that we can do anything we want. I believe that we are perfect in a way. Our parents taught us that we were like the best things ever. We can be who we wanted. We can do what we wanted. We can get what we wanted. And we were always rewarded when we were younger. And then that shit switched because our attitudes changed and we grew up being kind of spoiled in a bunch of shit.
That's not true.
Then, wait. What happened?
I agreed with you up until that. I want to put it out there.
I have two things to say on that
topic. We're going already into it. Yay.
I have two things to say on that topic. First of all, For the memes, I agree with Chris saying that you want the reward.
Mm.
You want to make people laugh. You want to be somebody that's...
Do you guys make
No,
them?
but it's more than just making
You
people
can
laugh.
make them.
Do you make them?
I've made
I do.
one or two.
I do. I
You
make
do?
memes. Yeah.
However,
this is interesting.
No,
I
but you know what?
solely-
Actually, oh, sorry.
you'll never see me post it on Facebook or and shit like that because I don't do it out. I only do it with the stream killer, and that's it because we funny to each other. But that's it. It's a way of conversation, like using imagery through
I like
words.
to use
'cause
verbal memes, I suppose.
No, look, I make memes to help my friend out because he runs a page, and when he sees the numbers, like they grow, and it's about the dopamine and the
I know,
likeness
but
that
it's
people
like-
are following you.
Okay,
You get
maybe-
excited. You
maybe
get
it's
happy
because,
about
like-
people wanting to know what you're
Because
liking
people
or what
don't
you're
want to take
making.
the
but,
time
like,
to
that's
read
like-
a
It's easier.
sentence.
Let's
But
look
it's
at this from
easier.
the other
Wait.
side.
It's easier to get people around the world to like your shit than it is locally.
So I look at it like you gotta look at this from the other side. Now, I'm more on the digital marketing point of view now, right? So memes are, in fact, one of the easiest ways to develop growth. I've done a lot of competitive analysis, seeing what performs, what
Since like
doesn't.
the last podcast or the
No,
second
in
podcast?
general. This has to do with my real job, looking at different software companies, and literally just I've had to look at posts and likes and shares and tracking a bunch of shit. So, in a legitimate, non-music related sense, memes are a highly effective way to create growth on the internet and generate traffic to a point where, because of millennials' obsession with these snapshot instances like Snapchat and shit, Vine culture, etc., companies can capture these little moments, these little memes, and so you'll see like bullshit company name on Facebook appear on a page, and it's memes and it's memes and it's memes. They build it up to like 1 million likes, and then they sell it to Verizon.
Yeah.
Now it's a Verizon page, and you like it. All because meme culture has this dark, evil side of people being manipulated via corporations. This isn't even government shit.
Yeah, but there are two things. There are two things that took on the market in this. There's a lot of
Oh, that is true.
There's a lot of sexuality in the market. That's why, like, a lot of pregnancies, a lot of, like, couples, a lot of babies. Yes, that took into fact. That's something that I wanted to say. A lot of sexuality in the way people grew up. Like, they got into couples early. They got kids. It became sort of competition and who was better, who was the better
just-
parent.
we
and
were
stuff
taught.
like that.
We were taught to do that.
Hold on. The school started teaching us. At what age, Holden, did I start learning about condoms?
That's
I was
another
14.
conversation.
That's like
that has like
schools.
0 level of standardization across anywhere. So when you
But
learned
it's
that
just
is
like...
no one else shared that experience except for the
Exactly.
Saint Jerome
No,
No,
kids.
but
I
that's
did.
the thing.
14 isn't necessarily the same age across the board.
It's just like it took on
wrote
like
a
a
thing on
part
it.
of like social knowledge, like everything, everyday life. Like you need to protect yourself instead of like what it was in the 70s. Don't do it. It's bad. Before marriage, you do it for procreation only.
I'm not sure where you're going with this.
Anyways,
in
it's,
regards to
it's
meme
another,
culture.
Yeah, no, but I wanted to talk more on the millennial point of view.
I don't understand it in reference to millennials either.
Hold on. The second,
Let
it
her
was just
speak.
like 2 words to answer his like sort of like borning babies and like stuff. Anyways, the second part
She's
of
answering my baby booming question.
Shit,
But it's not
guys.
related.
Yes, it is.
How? I'm
The
asking.
second part was trolling. Trolling took on a lot of the meme industry, like blah blah blah. Like being a
always
troll.
existed.
Yes, but being a troll now is being a ruler on the internet. On Reddit, most of the trolls are like all over the panels, the comments and everything. You mix trolls with sexuality and that pulls in the markets for sales. That pulls in the markets for new websites like dating websites, this and that, blah blah
This
blah.
is really good, but completely off topic.
How is it off market
Because it's not
if
related
it's like
to millennials or memes.
it's the
It's actually
general
related to marketing and it's really great. It's related. It's a pod. You just gave us a podcast.
I'm not re-saying this because I'm gonna forget it.
I can keep the clip and give it to you again, and you can listen to it. You gave us an entire podcast topic that's amazing and beautiful. Don't get me wrong. That was really great shit. It's just not really related to memes or millennials.
How is it not? Because
It's
it's the
'cause
base
you
of the
brought up-
millennials. We're the ones that created this.
We are
No,
not
we-
the ones that created
This
it.
environment.
No.
It started only when people started to get access to the internet. Like millennials started having access to the
so
internet.
access to the internet and Google and shit is a valid point. But the cause and effect that you're putting in together is not related to millennials. It's stuff invented in the 80s before millennials.
How is okay?
That's related to how capitalization destroyed the world. Like you got.
How would the porn industry come in here?
Again,
Like
it has nothing to do
millennials,
with
like have
nothing
more
to do with
less
millennials.
problems.
That has to do with the 70s, the porn industry. Each one of these topics isolated has nothing. I'm not even lying. I'm not trying to shut you down. It's just that the millennials, if you want to talk millennials, you're going to go with technological advancements creating social isolation in forms of gadgets, making them assholes. Religion's not really, no.
What about the religion?
The best you could say about religion is that there's a negligence of religion in North America, but in other parts of the world, religious fanaticism is there. It's not a globally millennial problem.
Millennial statistics, like I research, are least to be religious.
So that's a fair statement, but when we're talking about sexualization of marketing, that's not a millennial thing. There maybe had impact of it, but that was going on long before millennials. Our parents were just as fucked up as that as we were.
How about to the fact where, like, on Facebook, it's most likely that you'll find pictures of your mother, like, in a bra and in a sex video and in stuff like that.
That's not how it really works. It has to do with your specific algorithms down to an individual, not related to age.
Okay.
Again, I'm not trying to refute you. You got an excellent topic, and I will keep this, and we can look at it after. But those millennials, like as a topic, is more about how they're entitled, and there's interesting points. So meme culture, in and of itself, is a form of communication. Because what you can say about millennials is that like they have snapshotted the world, so it went from phone calls to text messages, and this how technology has impacted people. That would be like the millennial thing.
You think it went from phone calls or from AOL or like Caramel and like emails and like all those stuff? Like it started to.
That was still at the very. Those people were still the very beginning of millennials. So
but still, like
let's say so let's define a millennial because I think we didn't do that and it created this confusion.
1984 to anywhere between.
I would say 80s.
Nobody knows what the end date of millennial is because we don't know what the next start generation is.
In America, actually, millennials stopped at 9/11. It was known as Generation 9/11 in the U.S.
But
Here in
that,
Canada,
last forever? Is that the current?
No, because then there's another one. I forgot what it was though.
Because I think that the specific generation cutoff point, it's more of a normative thing, right? So it's around what I understand to be like 18 to 34-year-olds today would be the approximate range of a millennial. Mm-hmm. But it has a lot to do with Google. I think that's really what starts to change.
It says it on the Google.
Dude, no, but it has a lot to do with our accessibility to information.
It's Google.
That's exactly it.
But not just Google. I'm talking our accessibility to information directly. Google is run by people and run by all this shit.
I don't think.
Snapchat stories are direct stories. It's direct video that's like.
Chris,
you're really
you
wrong.
need to answer something to me.
No,
okay, hold on. I know how to fix this. Hold on, hold it. Yield. Thank you. Whew, we're good.
Oh my gosh, that got a riled up reaction on the codeine. That's how off it was.
Okay, Chris, answer me this. When you have to turn in something in school, a paper, an essay, are you allowed to use the internet? Okay. Holden, were you allowed to use the internet?
Well, I was, but the internet was different. But that's, I guess where I was going with Google is that it...
Just answer my question.
Well, yeah, I was allowed to use the net.
You were allowed to use the net and use, Wikipedia as a reference.
Wikipedia didn't exist when I was in high school.
Exactly. What were you required to do?
And it was not a valid reference in 2006 when I was in CEGEP yet.
I'm talking high school or up until fourth grade.
Wiki didn't exist until I was in CEGEP.
Okay, what were you required to do?
In high school?
Read books as well.
Exactly.
Books are a heavy component of my research. But the internet, I was thinking about this. In high school, a heavy part of my computer skills was how to use Google. Mm-hmm. How to use the internet to get the same information that was on books was something that was taught to me. So I was given the archaic way of how to use the books in the library. That stopped at CEGEP. As of CEGEP, my entire life was course books, the ones literally assigned to me with the course, and everything else was Google.
However, how do you feel right now with these kids that have never read a book and just never stepped into a library? What do you feel like?
I have zero problems with that. I think that is perfect, and we should kill all books, and everyone should have a Kindle.
But why?
Because it makes more sense and it's the future.
What about people like me that enjoys books and I enjoy having a book?
But I don't think it's kind of. I think it more matters if the words are being read, not that the physical manifestation is a book or a Kindle. I don't think it makes a difference if the kids are reading a book, if the kid is hearing it in an audio format. What's important is the information is shared and the education is gained.
Okay.
That's what I think is important. But where I think that there's a really interesting dividing line isn't with the younger folk. We have to go in a different direction here. You guys are not considering the people who are older than approximately 36, 37. Now, in my work environment, I've had a lot of interesting conversations and I've noticed this arbitrary age divide. People older than this are very archaic in the way they think, and it's scary because they control the world. They're the CEOs. They're the decision makers in your company. They're the people who have absolutely no fucking idea how to rotate a PDF, as I shared in a meme, because I sometimes do use memes, but require a millennial to help them use their basic computer functions while making decisions that ultimately impact millennials. Now, I think that the younger generation's a whole interesting conversation, and they're not as fucked as anyone around here thinks they are. And in the same way that we're not as fucked as the older people assume we are.
No, they're actually pretty good. They know how to use like most of the programs like that I learned how to use in school. It's
we as millennials are in fact the fucked ones because our expectations were not managed effectively by our older people. But what's interesting about these older group is they did not have Google. We almost always, when it counted, our entire adult lives have had Google. When they were young and they needed information about stuff, there was no Google for them, Chris.
There was books, there was library, there was
you were pointing at
archives.
We both
museums,
yeah,
like
we
tours,
know that.
like people.
They would have had to have
things.
trusted the government and the newspapers. There would have been no YouTube to fact check. There would have been no way to know except for limited sources of information and I guess speculation and rumors. And reading books and published information, and the information flow is so different. And these people, their gut reaction in a modern world is not going to be to Google the way ours would be because it is not part of their way of thinking.
And now there's social media to play into play because now everybody around the world is connected without barrier.
It's
almost
so true.
like Facebook, Instagram, like people's shit that could be shut down on the media for bombings and shit like that could be shown through Snapchat.
It depends
like,
on which.
It's crazy.
See, that's where there's a division between like older and younger millennials. Like the people who have the older millennials who are going to different places and taking like videos or photos of where they are and what's going on and so on and what do. And the younger ones who are turning them into stupid, irrelevant fucking memes.
Dude, I don't think you understand it. 30-year-olds do the mannequin challenge. Like, we are all millennials. You are really not understanding how little it's going to change in the next 10 years of your life. The problem is we're all doing it still. That's what the older folk, the real division comes in like the late 30s, dude. So millennials, trust me, I feel a little weird because I'm not into that culture. And maybe because you hang out with me, you think that's older. No, they're more like you. They're more down with all that weird shit that I find weird.
Like the hipster crowd or...
Like, dude, you don't understand. 33-year-old men with man buns walking around looking like walking Facebook memes and shit. This is what our city's full of.
Oh,
I mean, you look at it like that.
Those are cultures that are growing because of that.
Those are the older millennials. Older millennials have trouble with technology a little bit more than younger, but like... Really, you talk to anyone who's like 32 and under, and they all think in a certain open-minded way that millennials have, but we're all entitled. And that's where I want to pivot that, because that's the problem with millennials.
The entitlement, but you also have to think that, like...
We can go into why.
There's also, like, the marketing that grew because of millennials, like Starbucks.
Hold on.
Or, like, freaking...
Maybe that's another thing to follow up. That might be a result of the entitlement, because the entitlement changed us, right? We were told... that we were special, right?
A lot.
You were told...
Child services told us we were special.
Did you got told you were special, Chris?
I was told I could be anything I wanted.
And can you be anything you want, Chris?
Absolutely.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely. I can be whatever I want.
Are you willing to have sex with a multimillionaire?
No.
Then you cannot be what you want right now, as I understand life. See, life's about nepotism and what you're willing to do. So can I be anything? No, because I'm not necessarily willing to do anything. There are limits to what I will do, so there are limits to what I will have. And I wasn't born into it, so I can't just get it. But these are all epiphanies I had in my early 20s when I faced a lot of disappointment. And the millennial problem is this. From the time of the youth and the high school, you're promised the world by these older fucks. They forgot that they promised us this shit. They really forgot and told us that we'd have it all. We got told a bunch of promises that never ended up coming true. And then your 20s start and you've never had to face disappointment. Every kid makes the baseball team. All sorts of weird rules that got changed by...
telling you otherwise.
You got to consider it, because I get a lot of older folks, especially the ones pushing 50, be like, these lazy fucking kids and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, but man, like, look at it. Have you ever seen the meme where old people have shared, and old people love memes too, that's why they're not so exclusive to millennials, but have you ever seen the meme where it's like, oh, back when I was 15, I was fucking shoveling snow. And I'm like, man, I live in NDG. All snow shoveling is done by guys in trucks. No 15-year-old has a license.
Yeah, or like, oh, do you remember the time, Pepper Ridge Farm remembers? Like, from the TV shows, the movies, everything just... Oh, no, the old man that's like, oh, well, I'll show you some.
No, it's just like, and then... Do you remember, like, the times when kids would play outside? I'm like, I do. But then do you remember the time when you made it illegal for kids to go outside without supervision? Or do you remember when you made it illegal for kids to get spanked? Or you basically changed the whole paradigm away so that all millennials grew up in a world that was not yours?
For me, I grew up in a stressed world. I was disciplined, like,
yeah,
in a way, like,
but
to
were you
fear my parents.
Disciplined? You actually, in this case, it's a little different. We were allowed to get hit more than you were allowed to get hit.
Child services came in.
I got this. No, I didn't have child services.
DPG, child services, all those were available.
Well, I never had that so much. But I know they exist now.
Unfortunately, it all comes. It doesn't all come down to, but a portion of it is that our parents as well are to point at when raising us with what we did and how we grow up.
It's true. How many couples do you know in a parent genre are still together? Like, how many of them? I don't know if
that's the fairest thing in the world to judge on.
It's
true.
I'm not saying
it's not entirely our parents.
They started princesses and prince addicts. Because they wanted to be the best one. They didn't want to be regarded as their parents did. That's an interesting
why, though. Because our parents had their own sense of hurdles, and
their parents, like, you think about their parents.
It kind of goes back a lot, and I don't know that I want to be harsh on that one point. Because they were told by the government, this is how you raise a kid, and they didn't have Google to fact check it.
No, exactly. But that's the thing, is that after that, when they realized, they started, like, you know, how the older
and then as far as divorce went, I don't know why marriage fell apart. But it did.
It fell apart because
we don't believe in marriage.
Because
millennials.
Marriage is falling apart because everybody's on fucking internet, dude. And straight up, I see this with adults all the time. I see this every fucking where I go. I'm part of this. But marriages and divorces and couples and relationships break up because people rather be glued to a fucking screen than actually conversate. It's true, dude. Sometimes, and okay, I might get in shit for this, but sometimes I rather, like, while my girl's cussing and yelling at me, I'd rather just look at my phone than actually deal with the problem at hand.
I'm watching Mad Men right now. How is that any different than Donald Draper staring at a newspaper ignoring
Exactly.
Betty? Like, people have told me it's different. And this goes to maybe talking about books versus Kindles, but I don't actually see a difference between a book and a Kindle. There are apparently differences, but I don't see the difference between the screen and the newspaper.
You know why?
I do.
And this is a theory I have, because you can't really know what's going on the screen of the phone unless you're staring at it, which then you can be like, why are you looking at my phone?
That goes into another interesting point.
If you think about it, like a newspaper, your wife or your girlfriend or even your husband or your boyfriend knows you're reading a newspaper. But if you're on your phone, they don't know who you're talking to, because it comes down to trust as well. Right?
Yeah, that's
like,
where I was gonna go. That's some insecure ass shit. If the girl's on her phone, my first thought's not gonna be, oh, she's doing something extra wrong. It's gonna be,
no, it's not the wrongness of it.
No,
she's ignoring me blatantly.
You're busy cussing at her for a problem or something. Like,
I don't do that. I don't think that's an appropriate way to live.
I'm saying, like, you're having an argument and they're on their phone.
Yeah.
Or they'd rather just ignore each other.
Well, that's how it was back then.
It was with books or looking at something else or talking about something else.
I don't see a difference, man. I mean, because people are less trusting. That's an interesting point. People are less willing to trust the person they have sex with and live with and shit. That isn't necessarily because of cell phones.
Yeah, because you've been divulged that most people cheat. Like,
well, I think that it's because marriage has been devalued over divorces and a lot of other things.
That's changed
and
too.
as a result, like, I've read multiple articles that have basically told me as a man it is a financial fiasco for me to get married without a prenuptial agreement. Mm-hmm. And I'm likely going to do the prenup thing when I do end up getting married. I don't give a fuck. If I ever do make money, I want to be protected for the sake of my business, not for the sake of, like, my personal gain. I don't actually give a shit about wealth per se, but if I do have employees to play, I don't want to get fucked in a divorce, you know? And in general, man, I don't understand how people can assume that by having the tool of a cell phone, we have gotten worse. No, it's because we don't know how to use the tool of
accessible.
But that's not a bad thing. It's only a bad thing because we're a bunch of immature idiots. And this is where millennials' entitlement is. They are a little bit of a spoiled group that don't actually want to have accountability. It's
not just that. It's like you talk about all these internet VIPs, these internet stars, like these people that started on Vine and made it big. These people that made Facebook pages that
awesome
made it
people.
big. Like, you know,
That's
like people
good.
that never did, if you want, like I'm talking an honest day's work where they got it. Hold on, where they got like a check and like an income tax, blah blah blah. Like
That's
I'm not saying that
is a taxable income.
Yeah, it is a taxable income, but they
over
never
30K
did a
in
job.
Canada.
They never worked at a McDonald's.
I'm going to tell
they
you
never
that
worked at
this is a job.
It is a job.
Pretty
It
much
is.
everything. No, but that is. You don't get to the status of internet fame that they get without working 50, 60 hours a
Absolutely
week
not.
religiously.
And you know what? I'm not condemning it because
it's basically freelancing.
I get it, and I'm not condemning it
That's
because
cool.
I'm doing that. I'm doing that with my Twitch channel, guys.
But that's
we're
not
doing
any
that with this
different than any other
podcast.
entrepreneur ever in any point in time.
But how accessible has it become is more my point. It's just like it's easy. You just persevere and just put your heart to it.
Actually,
and like one lucky
it's the
stroke.
complete opposite.
It's
Due
not
to the
that
accessibility, it's become 10 times as hard, and it's actually 2 on days jobs, whereas back in the day it was easier because of the lack of accessibility. Now, if you were good, you would get picked up by somebody who noticed you, and if you were sucked, it was like there was this natural filter. Now in this everybody special mentality, and this is where it ties to millennials, mixed with the accessibility of everybody can get a medal and everybody is out there, it's 10 times as hard, and you have to sit there and perform at shows where you know in the back of your mind that you are the best artist on this fucking set, but you have to smile and nod and tell everybody they're great, no matter what. You have to pretend like you like everything because we're all fragile. I'm not fragile. Tell me to fuck off. Tell me you don't like me. Whatever. I might cry about it behind closed doors, but you know what? I'm not fragile. I'll get over it. I'll move on. But what I've learned as a non-fragile OG type thinking, you can call it, that the world's a bunch of pussies. And I don't like to use the word pussies, but I still don't have a better word for what I'm trying to say.
A lot of hurt feelings. A lot of hurt feelings for taboos and said, she said, and oh my God,
that's
can
where
you believe
millennials
this?
are fucked to me. Because the older people are right about us. We can't handle shit.
Dude, you know why? Probably because we always do it on the screen.
I don't know.
Back in the day,
It's easier to put it on the screen.
It's easier to put it on the screen and attack behind the screen.
I think that's a fucking scapegoat. I think millennials are just an entitled group of
How
people.
big did cyberbullying become?
No, but let's say that the internet never happened. I guarantee you this would still be a criticism, and we'd just
No.
be... No, I guarantee you.
No.
Put my left testicle down if this is factual.
Dude, if there was
You
no
cannot
internet,
blame the internet
there
for
was
how
no
entitled
internet,
we are.
Dude, if there was no internet, we'd have to fight our problems out like humans and actually
No, we
fight
wouldn't
it.
because all the other safeness was happening before the internet. Stranger danger and all this other shit was prevalent in the 80s. I disagree with you because the things that turned into this happened before the internet. And the internet expedited, served as a catalyst, changed the speed of it. But to say it was never going to happen without the internet is just not true.
The bullying too, like
man,
the bullying.
Dude,
I don't know that.
Bullying has been a problem forever. Go watch Revenge of the Nerds.
Realistically, yes,
but
No, it's just
Dude,
in fact it's less bad in most cases.
Look at it this way.
Because we have a lot more visibility on it.
Dude,
that's how most
back
of the
in
world...
the day, bullying. You could only bully at school. You could call them because they had phones, but no internet.
Bullying at school was 10 times worse than it was now.
But now
and they
people
can do
see
it.
People
They could cyberbully the fucking video you were talking about earlier about the people torturing that
and at the same time, so replace cyberbullying, and you had more people in the streets being actually bullied. You had people egging houses. You had people doing all sorts of stupid fucking shit. I don't understand why people think that people have changed that drastically because of the technology. No, it manifests differently, but it's the same shit, and it's just ignorant, in my opinion, to assume that we're that different. Go watch any social drama, one of those TV shows that just shows you what life was like at any era of history, and people act just as dumb and mean to each other always. Look at the Middle Ages. Tell me we're worse than that. Technology got us past the Middle Ages, bruv. You want heads chopped off in the streets, or you want crybabies on the internet? Which is worse? Heads chopped off, crybabies.
Guillotine?
Bullying, or straight up highway robbery in a literal sense?
Oh wait, Chris, do you know what a guillotine is?
You know what I mean?
Yes.
What's a
So,
guillotine?
like, I want to make this point because I think that people are very short-minded when they consider
Put
technology.
the head here.
Yeah, that's a guillotine. It's the knife falling and it would cut off the head. But, like, it's very short-sighted to be like, what, in 4 generations ago, dude, if I had glasses, I would have got the shit kicked out of me daily, end this day, no chance, boom, done.
Well, you know what? I was bullied when I grew up. Holy shit.
Guess
like,
what? You can have glasses now and you're not bullied. When I was
No, you could be
18, I was
hot.
still a 4 eyes.
you
That
know,
shit didn't change till Big Bang Theory.
For me, like curly hair, you could have tan skin. And the time I was
So,
bullied
like,
for my skin color. Like, could you believe
And so
it?
all I'm saying is because of the internet, all of that shit's less happening because now we're more aware of how bad it is. The internet, in a weird sense, in what I say is the opposite of what you call it, has made us all pussies. Yes, again, apologize for that choice of words, but to counter that, we're a lot more questioning of the negative bullshit we do. We have a lot more visibility in the world. It's like I was saying with the whole global conflicts the few times we've talked about it. Shit is just more focused and visible, but there's less of it. And so what offends us? The bar is so fucking low. That may be what the internet has done because you have Tumblrs and social media specifically has created this strange cesspool
People
of
constantly
bubbles and
challenging
stuff.
themselves too because
But
of it.
I don't know that cell phones are the catalyst because cell phones predated social media, and yes, certain things were happening, but
What do you think triggered it? Like, what? I think it's
whoever
computers.
it was that created stranger danger, I'm putting it on those
Why?
people because before stranger danger, and it was the crazy clown thing
Right,
of the
right, right.
80s actually.
Oh,
In the
okay,
80s,
yeah.
this happened. And it created to this like propaganda campaign about not trusting strangers. And so our
Candies
entire
and,
life,
like-
before cell phones, when you were a kid, you were told not to trust a stranger.
Never
Don't talk to
accept
somebody
candy.
you don't know.
Have
That
you
is
seen
before-
that meme? Have you seen that meme?
No.
1993. Don't trust strangers. 2016. Literally summon a stranger and get into its car.
I guess, yeah, but at the same time, if you consider it, that fear and that propaganda that prevents us from talking to each other on the bus.
Has changed.
And
Oh, that's
do you want to talk
interesting.
about something that's even bigger than the actual cell phone where you can still hear while staring at a screen? Consider the impact of studio headphones accessible at affordable prices, forcing me to put my big old Sennheisers on my head. Are you going to come talk to me? No. I can't even hear the world around me anymore. It's just
Yeah.
me and my music.
You know what?
That
Sometimes,
predates the
sometimes
internet.
I put.
That was in the old days of Discman, sir.
So-
Do you know what a Discman
Oh
is?
man, that shit never fit in your pocket. Holy
I had a
fucking
Discman,
hell!
by the way.
But all I'm
Oh,
saying
and a
is,
Walkman.
I just wanted
You
to,
know,
to show
oh.
that the blame comes from things that are very not related to the internet as well. That's where I was going with this.
Yeah, but you know, like we were thriving on like the radio stations telling us like, oh, these fashions, these this,
That's
until our
true.
parents let us listen to television.
Donald Draper breaks down how the corporate lies have happened from long before the days of internet. Internet was a tool. The cell phone that influences the millennial
Internet was a
is just
virus.
another. No, internet's a great virus though. Oh, it's a beautiful one.
It's a double-edged sword.
Hold on. I think that we've got a lot of interesting conversation here. I don't even know how much of it's millennially. I'm gonna say that because I have to pee like super bad. We should cut now, and then we're gonna go talk about some music.
Oh,
If
oh,
that's
talk
okay with-
about the old times and the new times, huh?
All
Guys,
right.
we got a special treat for you guys
Oh,
on top of
we have a
it.
fiasco.
A whole cluster.
I'll play some other track I own the rights to in the break.
Everyone's a winner. Ain't that what we tell beginners? The glimmer stream to the consider sinister. So
Hey guys, welcome back to Headspace. We are good, we are relaxed, we are frizzy and fuzzy, guys. Daemon here.
You're frizzy. I'm not fuzzy, but Chris Crone people was good.
Having a beard is fuzzy. I tried to like zip up my new winter coat like all the way up, all the way up. Woo! But my beard
No.
was getting kind of caught in it, and I had to like press my beard down, put the jacket around it. It was a real ordeal. I might just have to stick with a scarf and a slightly open jacket.
The havocs of winter, guys. For those who don't know, we are in Canada. This is one
That's
of the
true.
coldest places,
We're
in my
Montreal.
opinion, right now.
Montreal is quite cold.
I'm
Yes,
currently
it is.
wearing a jacket in this room.
I'm not.
I
I got
have
a
my
hoodie
scarf.
on though. It's
Yeah, but
pretty
you
like
got the luxury of a glorious beard, bro.
beard
like,
gun doesn't do anything to keep like your neck over here warm. It just keeps your face
That's what I have a
warm-ish.
scarf for.
Beards also get wet and shit, right? They get kind of greasy and oily throughout the day, and stuff gets stuck in them. And so I had my beard freeze a couple of times already this year. It's very bizarre.
Oh, God.
So what album did we do this week?
Oh, there was a whole clusterfuck there, guys.
So I was like, yo, the Lox put out a new album. We should check out the new
That's
Lox
not.
album.
Hold on. No,
No,
that is not what you said.
My perception was this.
Okay, do you want me to read exactly what
No,
was
I'm saying
said?
my perception was this. And so I said the Lox album. Because in my head, there's only one thing. There's the Lox, that classic rap group, and there's nothing else that exists. That might have the name Lox in it. Let's do that one.
Then me and Chris, in our perspective, for Chris and I, our Spotify is filled more with dubstep, EDM, more of the fucked up shit, the noise, the consecutive car crashes.
I
that's
just
happening.
like jumping around like a monkey and just like bobbing my head.
No,
Dooch,
but
dooch,
we
dooch.
didn't find the Lox. We found the Lox Chatterbox, which was amazing to us
Oh my
too. That
God.
we loved it.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. All right, I am so excited about this album. It's not the album that we're gonna be
No,
reviewing.
hold on. So what ended up happening is they reviewed this Lox Chatterbox album, and I was like,
I was just going to say that I was literally.
that's fine. And then there was
Literally, like he just.
That's
he
okay.
just wanted
If
to
you
talk.
can't handle it well, then just. And then we're gonna also do
Listen.
the other Lox album because
Sipping lean.
that was the. Relax yourself. I was curing like throat. I've been sick for a fucking long while now. I was sick last time. My throat's dead now.
So we had the whole mishap. Anyway, back to the reason why I was so excited.
So
The Lox album, I want to say it. I want to give him credit for it. Lox Chatterbox made a really good album. How to Sell Your Soul.
we're gonna just
was
talk
the-
about the album. So what ended up happening is we decided to do something maybe new moving forward because you were saying an incomplete thing. You were like not even going as cool as I wanted to go. So like
I got pissed.
we're gonna
guys.
start a new fucking
Okay.
segment. We're gonna start looking for cooler little independent fuckers to like put up here. Not to call you a fucker, Lox Chatterbox. It's just I didn't know who you were by accident. My bad. I even tweeted you, bruv. I didn't know that I was tweeting you. My bad.
Yeah.
But in general, but this was a good opportunity. So we're gonna start looking for more guys like Lox Chatterbox to give a little bit of attention and love to. Dude's got this MGK like flow. It's got cool beats. I didn't listen to the whole album in light of timing, but I thought it was cool what I heard, and that you should keep on your grind, good sir. They're gonna talk more about you now.
No, Lox Chatterbox did a really good album. I actually kind of enjoyed the mishap just because it made me listen to him, and I was so intrigued. The first song, the second song. Anyway, the album's called How to Sell Your Soul, and I really like the idea of how it's like a training manual, and then at the end, it's like a little twist. Did you get that?
Yeah, I got that. I like the reference to like the 7 deadly sins. I like the reference to like how he's
Repenting his sins.
how he's trying to repent but realizing at every song that he can't because of XYZ. Like we're not gonna go into full review, guys. We're just gonna pop up some of our favorite songs. For me, it was like Demons and Never Go Back. Demons just because like it was like another Puff song. I'm sorry. It was like it made my top 5.
It's just so catchy. Like, but you know what? I listened to this album consistently every day for the last week. Not even gonna lie about that. And I'm still gonna bump it on my walk home tonight. And I'm still gonna bump it. It is a great album.
Yo, I
literally
had
the
to play it
lyrics.
7 times before I had to get over it
Dude,
and like pass to the
seriously.
next song. It was a really good song.
Why is the album like sell it? Like talk about
The
some
album
specifics.
itself. The album itself. I like the story of the album. I
What
like
is
the
the
way
story
he
of
did.
the
I like
album?
the way he kept his flows, and he switched up his flows at the same time at certain parts that I caught on to, and I was like, that's nice. That is nice. I like the rawness of the album. There's
That is very true. It was very punkly done, in my opinion.
It's a very, very raw
It's
album,
very-
which I really like because he's speaking truth. He's speaking what he feels. Although,
Well, he's also speaking to what most of us feels like. For those who use weed and like use it, like it's like you really want to escape. You want to get away. You want to get away from the pain. You want to get away from the stress. That's what the song was. Like one of the high points of the song was, like people always ask me, why do I get high? Yo, I need to get away. Like I need to puff
yeah,
past
but
this.
I think that was just like one phase. I don't think that's the entire album. I think that's
No,
just
not
for,
the album. We're talking about the song Demons. Like,
Oh,
that's what
yeah.
I'm talking about.
Oh,
So,
no.
anyways, that was one of my top songs. And I also, like, guys, I tried to research Lox Chatterbox, and I realized at some point that there was not a wiki page. And that got me thinking, like, why would HSR recommend, someone without a wiki page? And I also had trouble finding the lyrics online. But still, the guy, I looked at his Instagrams, I looked at his Twitters, his Facebook.
Dude, he tweets back.
He tweets
I am
back.
fucking
He actually,
excited.
Okay,
So
okay,
does
Chris.
MC Chris.
He's actually like super humble. Like throughout, I haven't found any hate. Any like his fans write to him. He's humble. He replies back. He's like, "Yo, thank you." He actually thanks people. I can appreciate that. I can appreciate somebody that's like that. That doesn't go out and reaches out to the big guys and like, "Yo, listen, hear me out." Like I'm here. He's
The
doing his
guy's-
thing.
The guy's
He-
clearly not. He's on Spotify.
He is
so-
on Spotify, but he's not like fucking
and he's
like
got
calling out this
several
gangster, that
releases, if I'm not
gangster.
mistaken.
Yeah,
This album came out in June of this year, which
yeah,
was
last
cool.
year. Yeah,
Yeah, 2016 was the past.
it's true.
Oh boy.
Anyways,
That's pretty cool. I'm happy that you guys found an album you liked. I thought it was okay. I would have to give it another listen. There are definitely ideas on it that aren't cool, not that are good. Lox, I'm not trying to talk
the
shit.
fluffiness, guys, it's the cloud.
If you were listening, bruv, and not just clouding to the part where your name is, I accidentally sipped lean by mistake earlier, so I'm a little loopy. That was from me to you.
He's very
at
bubbly,
Lox
guys.
Chatterbox.
Don't be surprised you hear the in the back.
Yeah. On that note, the Lox did come out with an album a couple weeks ago. It was like mid-December. Who is the Lox? It's like Jadakiss and I can't remember either of the other names right now. I'm sorry. but
Gucci Mane.
No, Gucci
No,
Mane
Gucci's
was featured
not.
on the
He's
album.
featured.
There was Fetty Wap.
He's featured too.
Featured.
Yeah, but
No,
they're
there's two
featured.
other guys' names. Hold on, I might even have the wiki open by accident. I can get to the Lox from here. I can click. Hit back.
Let's
All right,
go.
it's Jadakiss, it's Styles P, and it's Chic Louch. I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry again if you ever hear
Let me
this.
see. Louch.
Louch. So these guys are from like 90s with a young DMX and young Sean Puffy Coombs back in the day type guys. And then in 2000 was their last album, and then like pretty much nothing until now, and now they're all back. A couple of stuffs, and this album is called Filthy America. ... It's beautiful. What do you think of that, Christopher Chrome?
It made me think of Rihanna for some reason. It just America from her album. I thought it would be like that. Looking at the title, but yeah. Then after that, you've got the first track, Omen. But I have to say, like before.
Chris, what did you think?
I think it's very comedic.
Because Daemon answered, and then Chris just sat there quiet and polite like a schoolboy.
Yes,
Schoolgirl.
I respect everybody's right to speak. Anyway, no, I thought the album was actually. I find the title of the album is very comedic, very, very funny because it's just funny how they're gonna say America's beautiful when currently a bunch of shit's like everybody.
You ever see those like arts from like troubled kids where it's like some ghetto ass broken place with graffiti and needles and shit, but they make it look really beautiful because of such the perfect shot and shit?
Yeah.
That's what I pictured. It was artful to me. I like the imagery implied behind Filthy America. It's beautiful. It must be an omen.
An omen, yeah, that was like a hoodoo ritual. It was cool to listen to, I have to say.
You didn't like it, Chris?
I just said why Jadakiss, why his flow was so weird. I don't know. I didn't get it. I didn't get the entire thing. I didn't. The other rap verses, I was like, what? But I know Jadakiss. Unfortunately, I don't know the other artists.
I just got like a violence pop off, like violence, pray for this album. Like, don't pray for me, pray for this album. He's just saying like, pray for me, I'm gonna do something fucked up type of thing.
I love the flow. I loved it. It was really a good start to an album. I thought that at least.
It's like they were saying like bloodshed is the illest. Like has to say like
You know
violence
what?
is the
Which is
illest.
gonna lead me to it though. I really like the flow and I really like the intensity of the lyrics.
Me too.
But this is corny as fuck.
It is. It's so corny, but it's exactly what it was in the past. Like it's just like no matter what the rhyme.
There was a couple of cheesy lines I wanted to take note of and read to everybody.
Okay.
I didn't do this the whole way through.
Number.
Oh, we're gonna get there. I did grab that. That was a notable cheesy line. But let's start with Skeek Louch. Manslaughter's for my thoughts alone need holy water. Hold on, wait for it. Scenes from Law and Order. And I'm like,
What?
that's corny. Or how apparently killers can get through the entire criminal process without mask coming off. That's baffling. Anyway. Or then when Jadakiss goes, 666 is my number now. Scary part is, I ain't gotta gun him down. Nah. Insane mind. Set the Bible and the flag on fire at the same time. I'm like, man, that's some corny shit.
Yeah, it is. But it's like, the
But
flow is awesome,
just
but it's
picture
corny
it, man.
as hell.
Jadakiss walking down the street, ready to kill you. But he doesn't need a gun. He's got a flaming Bible and a flaming flag. That is some corny imagery. That's all I'm trying to say. I gave it a 4 on 5. I liked it, but it was a
4
corny
on 5
fucking
too.
song.
I gave it a 3 on 5.
Oh, you gave it a chromite.
Yeah.
Why?
relate.
Not even really.
Conspiracy.
But no, it's not even about that. It's just, I don't know, Jadakiss made me go, why? Why did you do it like that?
There was like one lyric at the end he didn't like. I don't remember.
It was like the whole verse.
Anyways, enough with the stupid questions.
Yeah, so
Yo, are you
this is a
safe right
skit.
now?
Hold on,
Fuck
this is-
you up.
This is a
What is
skit.
this?
I don't like skits on albums because
No, but this one was just bad.
it was corny.
It
That's what it was.
Bad.
It was their version of like the interviewers ask us annoying questions. It was their version of Eminem's My Band.
Oh,
and-
you think?
Yeah, well, they're about the same thing.
It was just
And it was
so
just
cheesy.
corny. It was corny.
Like, who the fuck do you think that's cool? Like,
No, I think they
Yo.
were just genuinely like, fuck off. Ask us
And-
questions
oh,
about
Chris.
us, not about the people that we know, because that's what.
Yes.
they talked about the Illuminati.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that was like
they pitched
satirically.
it.
No,
Yeah.
that was okay with, because it was the reporter being like, and what about the Illuminati? Do you like them? And they're like, bitch, fuck off. And I was just like,
I was just
this
full
is.
of cringe, guys.
This was a bad one. I gave it a 1 because I don't.
gave it a 1.
Rappers, man, skits is so 1997.
I didn't even bother to grade it.
No.
So I
No,
gave
you
it a
have to
1.
grade
I'd
it.
give it a 1 because like that's the lowest I could go.
So
I'd like to know why.
So before you get there, Chris, in terms of what else do you need to know to grade the song? Get it? Boom, boom, boom. Because the next song. So what else do you need to know? Like Jadakiss and them said.
Pun.
No, there's just like bullshit lyrics. Bullshit lyrics.
Which one? What
like,
else do you need to know? I like the premise of this song.
No, it just gave me like, it just gave me like a feeling like we were talking about. It gave me a feeling of like how they were like saying, no, the rap game is ours, like pushing off away, like people
Nah,
like
man, they were just like calling back to they're just making it very clear to everybody that they are from another time and they are still here.
Yeah, they're from another time. I understand. You have your branding, you have your name.
Very
However,
angry.
like I'd like to see you do like our type of thing. Is where I
But
was
that,
at that point.
see,
of
for
the,
me, I
of the
hate that
album.
idea. I hate, like, why? They're the Lox. Why would you want the Lox to make mumble rap?
Yeah, but the Lox, I'm pretty sure the Lox is not like killing this guy down or
But
like
they
shooting
also
this
weren't
shit
really
down.
rapping about that. As you pointed out in our conversation
true.
earlier, it was, if you fuck with me or come at me, I'll take you out.
Yeah,
And
type
that's
of thing.
hip-hop from the beginning, and that will be hip-hop until
But
the end.
it's not. How is that fair to the new people that
That-
are coming
but that
in the
is
game
hip-hop.
that are not like?
Why did the new
necessarily
people
in
not
that
have to
thing?
play the hip-hop game? All of their tracks are, I'm the best because I'm rich. They're just saying, come at me, I'll kill you.
But
It's the
what
same
about the
premise.
ones that are not like? This brings up to like people trying to to reach the expectations of being that type of rapper because and now
What's
lying
wrong
about
with that?
doing this and
Because
now I'm doing
the
this.
people they're not glorifying their lives in that regard. There's
No, they're
nothing about.
glorifying a fake life
But
instead
they're not
of like
glorifying
being
a
able
fake
to.
life. Their lyrics were not false glorification. That's an unfair criticism of anything on this album. They mention things and like I used to have a violent life and I don't.
I'm
They
not
says
talking about
things
them.
like
I'm talking about new rappers.
and new
I'm talking
rappers
about new people
are
trying
sick
to
off
live
of,
up to the expectation.
but they're not. They're trying to make money based off of another life. It's not even the life there's so much talking about. They were like all of these guys are like trap artists from back in like 2003. They were the births of the drug selling rap era that ended up metamorphosizing.
And I would expect them to like reach out with arms wide open and just say like, "Yo, let us teach you how it was."
But that's not how it happened because all the new guys told all the old guys to fuck off and we don't need your lyrical shit. We want the bad. That's not how it.
Oh really?
That's the history of hip hop right now. These young guys don't even want to pay it. So a song like this is pay attention to our legacy. You grew up listening to us. You should offer us some respect. That's more what I feel rappers, from it.
I think it's Lil Uzi.
What is that? A fucking booger?
He keeps bringing up Uzi. He's gonna bring up Uzi till day.
No, is it a snot?
One of the new mumble rappers, little something, little whatever, said that Drake.
Yeah, it's an SMG. I know that, but what the?
He's a rapper. He just got signed to Taylor Gang.
So a rapper deliberately named himself after a gun.
There's a rapper called
Tech 9.
Right.
Just I
and
think
Machine Gun Kelly.
No, Machine Gun Kelly named himself after a famous guy
called Machine Gun Kelly,
which was not.
He's
the
like
same
a notorious
thing.
robber.
So
he has
that's
a
not
gun.
the same thing as a. Anyway, this is nothing related to anything.
Yes, it does. It's not a weapon.
No,
anyways,
but to put it out then, so it's important for guys like this to be like, look, we are part of what gave you this culture in the first place. We are here to stay. If you come at us and tell us we're not relevant, which is what's happening, then we will knock you the fuck out, which is hip-hop wise what you're supposed to do based off of where they come from. They're, if anything, setting the example of how you should be handling the situation with this album. I came to that epiphany based on you arguing here. But that was cool. Either way,
Yeah, but there were also, like, for me, there were too many references that I didn't know about.
That's hip-hop. Because you don't know the reference, just to put it out there, doesn't mean they shouldn't do it. They're talking about, like, guys like Puff Daddy and DMX and Rough Riders.
They're talking about everybody.
But these are their past. These are the labels they were signed to. It's their story. Mm-hmm. So if you go read their story and then you go listen to the song, you're like, okay, this makes sense. I don't think it's unfair for any rapper or any person to not tell their direct story. In the part where Puff Daddy fucked them over on a label, where one of these guys wrote the verse for Puff Daddy's All About the Benjamins but didn't get credited and all this. There's all such a story worth knowing. And I think that attitude, the part where we judge it so prematurely, is part of why they write this way. It's to remind you that you need to go look at the story and the history.
Well, I have to say, like, as more as we got through the album, I saw a little bit more of the... of agreeing with you. Like, I did prejudice this album, like, from the beginning, but then I opened up my eyes a little bit more. And it made me, like, you know what?
There are bad rappers.
Yes.
I'm never going to give a bad rapper a 4 on 5.
No.
Probably not. It's not likely going to happen.
I gave this song a 4 on 5 as well.
I didn't give this song a 4 on 5 though. I gave them in the last one. This one I gave a 3 because I frankly found it a little chromity.
Yeah,
I gave it a 3 too. It's not that it's bad. I like the premise. I like what they're doing with the song. I just didn't like the song that much.
Yeah, too much about the family.
This is more where I started to feel my prevalent theme. It was a lot of something I don't like as much as other genres of rap. It's not bad. It's very well made. It's just it's New York rap. It is what it is. This is an old school 1997 fucking rap album in 2016, fresh off the block. It's insanity.
That's what it was. It was exactly like back in the day.
Oh, you said The Family as a segue to the next song.
I did.
Chris, what did you think of The Family?
I think it was a really good song preaching about how your boys and your homies and your friends are your family more than your actual direct family while you're going through the struggle. How you're like, you rely on certain people, but you also got to be selective on who's really close to you and whatnot.
Fair.
All this, like, you want to use millennial language, all these day ones and shit. I have a problem with that, but, like...
What the fuck is it, day one?
A day one is supposed to be somebody who, like, doesn't switch up on you. But, like, the issue I have with this whole day one crap is that we grow up and we change as humans, regardless whether I switch up on you or not. The whole point of a day one is that the day I met you, you've been the same way, you treated me the same way. So if I grow up and I start maturing in different ways, I'm going to treat you the same way. It's just going to be in a different perspective. Like, it's going to be a different...
That literally means you're not treating them the same way.
Mm-hmm.
No.
You contradicted yourself there, buddy. Plus, the song's talking about loyalty. I don't think loyalty changes as you grow. If you break your loyalty to me...
No, I'm not saying... I'm not talking about breaking my loyalty.
Is that reference when he was saying, like, be careful when you use the word fam?
Yeah, like, be careful who you're loyal with. Be careful who you, like, choose to invest in. Be careful of that. So it's like the concept of fake friends versus family, or like you got blood relatives who are going to appear and be like blah, 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 and they're not really your family. And then you got friends. So I don't necessarily agree with... I get what Chris is trying to say with his day one little analogy. I don't agree with how he worded it.
I like when they were saying, like, oh, I used to push powder in the street. Now I'm putting powder in the juicer.
It's cool
like,
that they can
like...
drop lines like that. Because, you know what? I've seen a lot of these rappers started making these strange references. Like J. Cole on the last album that we did there, where he's like, now I'm drinking almond milk. I never thought I'm drinking... It's like, it's kind of corny shit, but it's like all these hard rappers doing normal, regular shit.
No.
I find that funny. But I gave this song a 3 on 5 just because I like Jadakiss.
We're like equal for the fucking marks so far. I gave it a 3 on 5 as well.
Jadakiss sounds good, but the rest of it was kind of meh.
I don't know. I think it was their agreement. It's fucked up. Like,
and Chris?
I gave it a 4 on 5.
Oh shit!
I gotta let Chris have his grades, Damon. I know you're so eager to jump on the puns. Pun.
Do it, Chris. It's your turn. Okay, let's cut it. He's using a meme. It's the code.
So Chris, make a pun about the song title, "The Agreement." Chris, that's why you don't get to do puns, because you failed.
I didn't want to take that one. Y'all should have just continued.
No, Chris, that's not how the magic works. That's how the
See, now I could be like,
works.
we should just continue to move forward. Pun, but...
Now we gotta do
we made an agreement
Fetty
on
Wap
doing
sounds
everything
like
together.
a cat screaming. And Fetty Wap says real G's move in silence. Shush. But Fetty Wap wrote a whole song about him and his missus sell fucking crack together.
Yo,
so Fetty Wap is not trustworthy, okay guys? Seriously. Fetty Wap wrote a whole song cooking pies in the kitchen and shit, right?
Yo.
That's crack for the people. That means that lady, when Fetty Wap is telling you to real G's move in silence and shush, he's full of shit because he's going to write about it on the next song. Don't trust Fetty Wap. He's full of shit.
And he does like really, really cheesy shit. Like the is
like the,
section.
No.
Like the fetus, the penis,
No,
the
that's not Fetty Wap. That's one of the other guys.
Oh God,
Fetty Wap is just the auto-tune piece of shit on the chorus.
Oh right, that thing that comes back that cringes
You
your
sound like a
ears.
fucking cat.
Oh my God.
It was bad, dude.
Oh yeah, the flow is good, but man,
Like,
as soon as he comes in,
I
like,
couldn't do
it's
it, man.
fucked up.
The verses could have been okay, but it was nothing better than the other songs, and Fetty Wap just fucked with me. Nothing about anything these guys do is real G's move in silence. In fact, we have a lot of talking in light of the fact that we're real G's. I hate that fucking premise. Guys who have a history of selling drugs in music should not ever say that real G's moved in silence. Y'all made money talking.
Yo, I gave it a 3 because Fetty Wap
I gave it a
fucked
1
up completely for me.
Give the song a 1.
No.
It was not that good.
I gave it a 3.
And the premise of the song where bitch basically here's how I'm gonna whore you out and money, and it was not really nice.
But still, it was cool to listen to. I'm sorry, I gave it a 3.
Yeah, I get it. I don't agree with any of it. I don't like it.
I gave it a 2 because I bumped to it.
So now we could just move forward onto...
Oh, come on, I had
No, you lost it because you fucked up the last one.
Yo.
That's how it works in life, man.
I can bump to this, but is it normal that... Am I the only one that didn't understand what this song was about? Can somebody tell me what this song
Continue
is?
to move forward.
I feel like
Going through the struggle.
I kind
I
of
just
like
get that.
if I felt it was boring.
It was.
I feel like here's what I feel. I feel like they're all like late 30s, early 40s now, and they're writing shit like they're 19. And what's ultimately happening is that it sounds like a bunch of old men rapping like they're 19. And I couldn't. It's good. It's just like this is again another one where it's like I feel like it could be 1997, but I know it's 2016, and they're a little older and fatter than they'd like to be. Shut up, Chris.
Nah, I gave it a 3.
It was 16 when the album came out.
It was a chromite for me. What was it for you?
It was a chromite.
It was a chromite for me as well.
Round 3.
Yeah.
Yo, can you be my savior?
I could be your savior.
Can you be my
Or in
savior?
the words of Enrique, I can be your hero, baby.
I can kiss away
Anyway.
the pain.
I
Chris.
found this one kind of was boring too.
Who the fuck is Duke Payne or Duke Payne or fucking
I don't know
whatever?
who
I
that
think
guy
it
is.
auto-corrected.
Like, there's nothing wrong with it. The hook's okay.
It brings me back to how it was before, like, and how the old rap was, but they put it, like, on the newish track, so it was, like, a clash
Hold
between
on.
the two.
So is this them doing what you wanted them to do earlier in the album? But it
I
only
know,
came
this
like
is
track
what
8.
Don't you remember me telling?
Yes,
That's the
I
feeling
do.
I got in the beginning, however they changed it for me, like...
So maybe what we need to learn from album point of view is we have to let them go through the whole album
Before you can make an opinion. I can sing to this, like, it's a fun track. It's corny as fucking hell, but it's a fun track.
I just kind of find it boring. I don't have any real notes because I was so bored.
I gave it a 4 on 5.
2
I
on
enjoyed
5.
it.
I gave it a chromite.
2 on 5. No, it was a 2 on 5. So don't you cry, Chris, because I know you're not getting another pun this entire podcast.
I gave it a chromite.
On 2, don't you cry? You gave that also a chromite? That's the next song. Fuck. See, this is why you don't get puns, man.
I gave it a 4 on 5.
You gave Don't You Cry or Savior.
I literally thought you told me not to cry because I'm not gonna have any more puns. Like I literally thought that was serious.
Well, see, that's the thing is you're not on your game and you lose the puns. So what did you think of Don't You Cry?
It starts... I don't know, it starts up at saying, like, OG or not, you can make it. So they started this by encouraging, like, the new, like, I'd say that's what I got from it. Like, it encourages the new rap game to, like, pump it up. It doesn't mean that you didn't get to what we do, that you can't do it, like, blah, blah, blah. For me.
I have to disagree. I don't think they're pumping up the newer rap game. I think they're basically sticking to the typical genre of saying, if you believe in yourself, you could do it. They're just talking in their own way, which is cool and all, but I have to agree with Holden over there, because, like, you guys are, like, 30, 40, whatever, how old you are, you guys have, like...
There's a big difference between 30 and 40. I'm almost 30, and I do not... There's a huge difference. Fuck you, Christopher.
Oh, Christopher.
Alright.
You've offended
Anyway,
the masses.
you're like grown men now. You're not running around and doing this dumb shit.
They're dads.
So,
They're like dad-ass grown men. They're like, you picture them in front of a barbecue, not on the streets.
Point proven. I can't take them seriously talking about this shit when they're, like, supposed to be doing that.
Yeah, it's
well,
not.
Supposed to be. I mean, dude, do what the hell you want. You want to make Walla, make Walla,
that you
but,
gave
like...
the song, you give it a 4?
Huh?
Is this not what you gave a 4? Don't You Cry?
I gave it a 4.
Yeah, I gave it a 4, though.
I gave it a 2.
Like, I'm not bitching about it, because
I do like Jada Kiss, but this is more or less annoying. One with a shit chorus. Do you not like it?
I don't know. I liked it.
Wasn't down for it, but that's because I was thinking about my hard life.
Yo, such a hard life. Oh my god, Evoid. Like, my autocorrect, like, tried saying, like, everything or avoid.
That's her first comment. The one word
It's
that
like,
was made up in the middle of the song.
No, it wasn't made up. Hold on. We discovered it was a South African rock band.
I don't think that's what it was. I think
that's what you said it was. You
no, that's
confirmed
just
to
what
me.
Google found when we Googled
It says it on
Evoid.
the Google. Shut up.
But I like this
Millennials.
one. This one's featuring Mobb Deep, and it just is some classic old school New
It
York
was
old
cool.
men.
It was really
And
cool.
each guy feels nice on it. The chorus is kind of cool, like, old school and shit. But
It was cool to bump
was,
to.
and I wrote a note. It said Chris Chroma's a shook one, because of Mobb Deep. For all of you people out there who like rap, you'll laugh. and Chris will look confused like he does now. That's okay. He didn't know a Shook Ones Part 2 was proper. He's like, I kind of know this song. He's got education to do.
I'm just quietly sitting here and you're calling.
Hey, did my note say Chris Crow? You can read. What does that say?
Yeah, it says Chris Crow.
Thank you. There was something that was premeditated. And, yeah. Jamin, do you want to grab the next pun?
Yo, no, America's too filthy. I don't want to do anything
It's
for them.
gross. That's the name of the song, Filthy America.
Yo, honestly, like, I read the whole thing as I was going through, and, like, the way that they portray it, like, they know they're fucked, they spill their side, and how they see the society around them. It's basically how they see their future. They can't see the possibility
All
of
under this
re-entering
fucking
back into
premise of
society.
individual court cases like fuck the police.
Yeah, absolutely. Fuck the police. But they go
No, like the specific song, fuck the police. That's how it is. Like NWA in the courtroom, right about now, judge blah, blah, blah. And then the chorus of Ice Cube. And then that's what they did.
I sort of saw, like, how Insane Clown Posse did their
this isn't directly. This is fuck the police, but from these guys. Because that's the structure of fuck the police. Judge interlude introducing Ice Cube. Fuck the police coming straight from the... That's what this song was.
The second verse, but the first verse I liked. I'm sorry,
all
like all of them felt like condemned.
This is what the song structure was. It was just fuck the police.
Okay, if you say so, but
yeah, I do say so. There's no because Insane Clown Posse might have skits like that, but you compare everybody to Insane Clown Posse, and none of these rappers listen to them. So there's a 0% chance they stole something from Insane Clown Posse.
No, but I could still bump to this. Like, I gave it a 4. I enjoyed it.
I like what the song was trying to be, because it was trying to be fuck the police or some heavily politically charged, but it was more like, well, we're already a bunch of criminals. We deserve to go to jail, so fuck. And I was like, I feel like they're not the right guys to write this song because they did do all the crimes, whereas Ice Cube and them, maybe not easy, but Ice Cube was not at least a criminal. I don't know. Something about it didn't feel right, so I gave it a chromite.
I gave it a chromite.
I gave it a 4.
I understand. I sort of felt like they were standing up for what they believe in, and they were preaching what they see in society and shit. But at the same time, I'm kind of just like, so you're telling the government to fuck off like every other rapper.
Yeah, but they're condemned. What do you want them to do? It's
No,
what
there
they're
is
trying
that.
to portray. They're trying to
Exactly.
portray their mental visuality
But, like,
of society as it is now. They can't re-enter it.
I don't like how they did it. It's not what they did I don't like. I just don't like the delivery on this particular song, not the idea. The premise is okay.
Oh, you'll just have to secure your bag on that.
And no, forget that. You skipped Bag Allegiance, because the skit right before it, right? So you have this song where the judges are condemning you to blah, blah, blah. The next song is I Pledge Allegiance to My Fucking Coke Bag. Is this skit for like 15 seconds. Got a 1.
I missed that.
It was just fucking terrible. It was awful. Then they do Secure the Bag, which is literally a whole fucking song with Gucci, DJ Khaled, and some other guy.
Hold on. They would only indulge him for what?
The intro.
K-word!
No, but I my first note when I heard it was, Lion! Because that's what I pictured. Man, DJ Khaled. But for real, man, it's bad. Gucci's bad. And then all of them are not good. I just don't understand how this is what you have after your politically charged fuck the system song. Your whole song about dealing dope and your bag and securing it.
No, that just really royally fucked the entire album up. I just felt it to be stupid. It sounded really stupid, especially trying to picture them as
Catchy
dads.
ass hook, man. Catch it. No, man, they're probably still drug dealing and shit. There are a lot of dads that are drug dealers. Nothing wrong with that. It's more the part where it was so hard and so crack dealy right after the system's fucked. I don't know. It bothered me. 1 on 5.
The alignment of it
Straight
doesn't
up,
make sense.
1 on 5. Didn't like it. Even with the catchy hook.
I gave it a 1 on 5.
No, I gave it a chromite. The whole album for me was a 3.5, guys.
Nah,
I liked the bumpiness.
You gave it like a lot more than I did.
Dude,
I gave it a
was a 2 for me.
2.1, man. I couldn't get into a lot of it. I don't think I'll listen to most of this again. I don't really see it. It's not that I don't like the Lox. I would go bump all Jadakiss's verses, but the other parts were not that good to me. It's mostly I like Jadakiss's voice. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that's pretty much it for the album. I'm not sure what comes next week. It won't be Post Malone, but we can find something else.
And we'll make sure we have the right album.
Yeah, we'll align and.
I'm gonna go find an indie rapper. Jazz Cartier.
It's not. We're just whatever he said. I don't know what that means yet. So don't. If you promise something, it's not a real promise from the Headspace. Chris Chrome will do his own special on you that he'll release on his own channel.
Yeah, guys, that's coming really soon, so we gotta check it out.
Yeah, that is coming. He has opportunities of 2017. Hashtag adulting and shit.
Hashtag fucking adulting.
Hashtag
guys.
my headspace is full and I think I'm gonna have to go sleep off this fucking awful drugs and
Alright,
shit.
well, hashtag I'm out, guys. Chris Crum.
Hashtag millennials like to hashtag.
Hashtagging fucking hashtag YOLO.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye guys. Good
For
night.
showing a photo. You already know though. You only live once. That's the motto. Crack